Hey YouTube, long time no see. So I was waiting to have my room ready at the new house, hence the echo, but it is taking longer than expected. So here is my first tutorial back on YouTube, and this is gonna be for my everyday glam. What I'm wearing now, this is my go-to during the week, and I get tons of compliments on it. So I hope you guys stay, watch, subscribe, and enjoy. Bye. So here's the setup. For my everyday glam, I'm not specifically using one product in particular. I'll talk about different products. It's really just whatever's quick. So for foundation, or for, sorry, primer, I already have Vichy Lift Active Supreme on my face, and this is the Ordinary Serum. I forget the name of it. High Adherence Silicone Primer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that. I honestly don't put it everywhere, just kind of where I need it the most. I'm terrible in my T-zone. And then I'll put a little bit of the Dr. Brand Luminizer. A lot of this stuff I've been trying, to be honest, because I'm so particular about using MAC in my kit, that I love the Boxy Charm and that I can try different products. And if you notice, I'm looking at this screen instead of looking at you guys right there, because it's a new camera. Setup is shit, I know, but I can't wait any longer. I'm so excited to start doing videos again that I just want to get going so you guys can see, because I get questions all the time. So for foundation, I'm going to use a little bit of 12P. This is the Ordinary Coverage Foundation. I work shift work primarily, so I like to do, it looks crazy on camera, it's hilarious. And the lighting, I'm trying. So I'll do that just underneath as a base. I like using the Beauty Blender. I just find it does a great job at blending it in. Other foundations I use, I've got the Tarte. This one's great in the winter for me because I tend to get dry. There's also the MAC Face and Body that I use, the Next to Nothing. And the tricky thing is I'm a big spray tanner now. Shout out to Tal Baker, who does my spray tan, who's amazing. So my color changes so often that I find I'm constantly kind of playing with my foundation colors. All right, so after that, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of the Face and Body, and I'm gonna let it dry. Because the thing with the Face and Body is it gives a nice, healthy look to the skin, but I don't like using too much. I just kind of pat it all over, and then I'm gonna jump right into my brows, and I'm gonna come back for my concealer. My everyday glam, I really should take more time doing my skin, but it's something that I like for it to be done under 15 minutes. And for a true beautiful skin, I find you really have to take your time and work on all those little imperfections, because it's all an illusion. It's all it is. All right, so we're gonna get started on our brows. Itchy. So brows, I'm gonna use a little bit of Stud pencil from MAC. I don't know if this is gonna block your view. Okay. So I'm just gonna line them out. I do have microblading. Shout out to Anita Bramo in Ottawa. She is stellar. If you guys have not seen her stuff, you seriously need to go check it. It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible what she can do. And it is worth every penny. All right, so I've kind of outlined them. I don't know if you guys can see. And the trick to brows that I like is they already kind of tend to look natural. So I'm gonna grab the pencil and I'm just going to mimic little hairs For me, for an everyday thing, I don't want to fill them in completely, but that's what it's gonna look like. I'm trying to see with the light, if you can see. And someone's trying to message me. And I've said this in old videos, but your brows are sisters, not twins. Don't stress too much about making them 100% identical. And if you're like me and you have one brow that goes up when it wants to, then get it fixed with Botox, which is what I did. Or just let it go. Like, that's your face, those are your expressions. All right, in the meantime, I'm gonna use a little bit of MAC lip conditioner. I'll put this back so you guys can see. Just gonna put that on my lips. And I do cover my lips in foundation. I like that. And let's get started with eyes. So I'm gonna be using Painterly Paint Pot by MAC. And I'm going to put it all over my eyelid, bringing it up just a little bit to my brow bone. I like when it sets for at least about 30 to 45 seconds, because then it tends to go more to like a powder, and I find if you put your shadow on too quickly, it tends to make a mess. So in the meantime, I'm gonna use the MAC Pro Conceal Light Correct palette. I tend to use the lightest shade over here, and I'm gonna go underneath my brows just to carve them out a little bit and give them more definition. Maybe I'll try doing this. I wonder if this will work. Let's see. And I like to blend it out with my finger. The glam look that I'm doing today, like kind of like the messy glam. Again, this is my everyday go-to, so I'm not hoping for it to look crazy perfect. That's what I like about it, is it's kind of messy, it's kind of grungy. I wear it so often and I get compliments on it all the time. So using my finger, trying to get it to go in the camera. All right, so here's the trick with carving out your brows. Do not use the same light color that you just used for the top. So for this palette, I'm probably gonna end up using this color over here, which I think is the NW20, if I'm not mistaken. I find if you go too light, then it just looks strange. And I'm not dragging it directly against the brow because I don't want to lose that natural line. Again, blending it with my finger so that it's less harsh. See, it's just more natural. We're gonna move on to the shadow. Again, not too fussy, just my crease color. I'm pretty specific. So if anybody gets the Boxy Charm in the Winky Lux, the Perfect Palette, Cheshire, which is this color right here, is like one of my faves. Maybe this light right there. Love it. It's like purple for brown eyes. It looks so freaking good. The dupe, well really where they would have taken it from, is there's a color called I'm Into You by MAC. So pretty on blue eyes, so pretty on brown eyes. Like, it's just gorgeous. And then you can also use the color Oh My Mocha, and that one we'll use underneath. But have fun with it. Like, you can do this exact same look a million times just by switching out the colors. I just like the imperfection of it. And if you guys want to see like something more perfect, like cut crease or whatever, that's fine. I'm gonna use, generally I use a matte on the lid, but today I'm gonna use Retrospect from MAC. So I'm just gonna slap it on here. Maybe a little closer. All right. So we're gonna use MAC Retrospect. Just gonna go on either side. Right, now I'm gonna use a fluffy. This is the Royal & Langnickel brush. This is the Crease BMD430. We're gonna go in with the MAC I'm Into You. grab a good amount, make sure you shake it off. And we're gonna start at the crease, do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dabs. So you're gonna have something kind of crazy going on. And it's all about the blending game. So we're gonna blend, blend, blend. You don't need to go too high up because you're gonna need some space afterwards. This works if you have a lot of lid space, and if you wanna see something more with like a hooded eye, I can help you guys with that. Then I'm going to grab, this is where it gets kind of grungy. So you're gonna grab a small brush, line it up really heavy under here, unnaturally heavy. And then we're gonna grab some more, just a couple hits of it. And we're gonna go in the crease, 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna start swiping about 4 times. And then we're gonna bring it around. And you'll see we'll clean it up afterwards. Okay, so that's what it should look like. It looks super messy right now, but it's totally okay. That is the look that we're going for. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Okay, so that's what it should look like. Very, very kind of like messy, nothing's perfect. That's what you wanna see. Next, we're gonna add a liner. I'm not gonna do it with liquid. I'm simply gonna go ahead and do it with powder. Go ahead and use the Oh My Mocha, just on a small angled brush. And again, I don't want it perfect. Just gonna kind of smudge it into that lash line. The most important is right here. You wanna make sure that you have enough dark, because I'm gonna be putting on a pretty heavy set of mink lashes. So it needs to, and don't poke yourself in the eye. It's so tricky to film and do your makeup. I forgot how hard it was, because you can't see. It's so far. So smudging it in that lash line. Grungy, love it. We're gonna get our lashes ready. These are actually prototypes for a lash project I'm working on. So these are the lashes here. They are so thick and so curved, like they're gorgeous. They're my prototypes for my premium line this year. I have a bunch of different ones coming, but these ones are the ones that I've selected to definitely keep on. And if you're a bride, then let me know what you think. Mascara, oh, here's the kicker with lashes, okay? You need to allow the glue to sit a little bit, because it gets tacky. If you put it on wet, it's not gonna work right away. It's gonna actually slip and slide everywhere. It's brutally annoying and extremely difficult. It's even brutally difficult for a professional who's been doing it a lot to put them on wet. It just doesn't work. I like to use the clear. I'm currently using Clear Ardell Lash Grip. I don't like the Quo, I'll be honest. I find it dries too quickly and it's not very forgiving on the eye, and you want it to have some bend, because or else you get those lashes that are super uncomfortable. You just want to like rip them off. So I have a good amount of glue. It's gonna sit. Mascara, I love using my MAC in Dimension. Right now I'm using the Tarte Lights Camera Flash. It's all good. For my everyday stuff, guys, I'm pretty like, I look at what I have out on the desk and it's like, all right, well, that's what I'm using. Because if not, you just get too used to using the same shit every day. And it's fun to switch it up. Like last week, instead of using the Oh My Mocha on my lid, I used like electric blue. Super cool. It was just, all right. Just one little coat. I like to put a coat underneath, makes it forgiving. And if you've got blonde lashes, that's good. So the lashes are still wet. I'm gonna be using the MAC Medium Dark Mineralized Skin Finish. And I'm gonna use a domed powder brush because I like that more. I'm gonna use this almost like a bronzer. I'm gonna put it just a little bit on the cheekbones, underneath the jawline. Again, right here, pretty much everywhere like the sun would hit you, just a little bit there. I don't like to keep it too dark. So already our skin has a nice glow, if you guys can see. So that's it for that one. I am also going to be using the Next to Nothing powder in Deep Dark and a mixture of, I can't open it, Blunt by MAC. These are my two go-to to kind of deepen up that contour. I'm just going to get my nails done, so I'm not going to do anything too crazy, but focusing right where you can kind of place your finger and bringing it up a little bit into the hairline, down and connecting it. So you can feel. And again, just remember to blend and blend and blend. For everyday stuff. For photos, it's different. Like photos, you want that contour super sharp. Like you can go back in and line it out, but it just doesn't look right for an everyday wear. We have to adjust our makeup. Same thing if you're going out at night. Okay, so we can see that contour is starting to get there. I like to do my nose a little bit. Okay, so that's it for that one. Now I'm going to do a little bit of Blunt. The Deep Dark in the Next to Nothing has a little bit of orange to it, where the Blunt is much more, I know it's a warm color, but I find it more cool toned than the Deep Dark. Probably because this is a blush, but so you can really see that color starting to build. And be careful not to go past your lines here, or else this is just gonna look like a hot mess. All right, so that's it. Now we're gonna start putting our lashes on. So if they weren't curved and you had lashes, make sure you bend them so they've got a little bit of give. And I'm just gonna pop these bad boys on. There's one, and I will show you a close-up in a second. What I'm doing here. So they're so wet. So you can see they're wet. We're just gonna push them down into that lash line. And you're gonna have a little bit of movement left. And my camera's totally blurry. So these are just gonna go ahead and dry. And in the meantime, I've got really long bottom lashes, so they tend to really stick to the lash. I have to keep my eyes kind of open. The lipstick I'm gonna wear is Retro Matte in Sweet Thing. This was a limited edition. Such a beautiful color. I wish they would leave it because it's getting so dry. So that's that. We're gonna go ahead and add some blush. It's like the theme of the video. I really don't, like, I have my palette that I use for clients, so I don't necessarily like using it from there, but if I needed a color, I could. So today I'm just gonna use the Natural Beauty Amazonian Clay. I don't know what color it is. What is? So just following that contour. I like to start back up because if you end up putting too much right here, it's just like, it's hard to clean that up. All right, so here's where we can do some sharpening up. I'm gonna take NW10. This is a Studio Fix powder. I am going to grab a little bit on a flat brush, and I'm gonna do some kind of reverse highlighting. So I'm gonna sharpen up that line. Just a couple sweeps of that. I don't want anything too dark. I'm gonna blend it out after. So over here, And we're gonna clean up a little bit underneath the eyes. And a little bit down the nose. Perfect. All right, now that the lashes are almost dry, we're gonna just press them down a little bit. It honestly pains me when I see people using pluckers. Like, I get freaked out. Like, I've been watching a bunch of like tutorials and it's like, oh my God, why? Just do it with your hand. You can do it with your hand. They're just like killing those lashes, like just wild. All right, I'm gonna use a little bit of that mascara. We're gonna go on the bottom lashes. Not a fan of bottom lash mascara for bridal. Just throwing it out there because people cry. And even if you use waterproof, I find it gets really clumpy. Like, if you could guarantee you're not gonna cry, then obviously I find for a lot of people it looks good. Unless you're trying to hide anything here, then don't put any on there. And for highlight, actually, you know what, for blush, I'm gonna add another color I've been using. So the Be Fearless palette that was by Real Her, which was in the BoxyCharm. There's a color called Fearless, and I'm not normally a fan of shimmer in a blush, but I find it so pretty. So I've been adding. And the highlight, I either have the Double Gleam or the Beaming Blush, both by MAC, both really pretty, but I'll use the Double Gleam today, just to say. And we're going to just put a little bit on the top of the cheekbone and run it right to the back. I don't need people to see my glow from a mile away, just enough. And I'm gonna spray it down with MAC's Prep and Prime, and if you have never used it, girl, you are missing out, or guy. And then I would just go through and like touch up if I wanted it dark or whatever, but that is it. Like, that's my everyday go-to glam makeup. So I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't mind my house. It is so messy. Let's go back. But yeah, that's my everyday. So let me know what you guys think of the lashes. Let me know if there's anything else that you want to see. Is this gonna help? Whoa, you can't see it all now. But that is my everyday go-to makeup. I hope you gals and guys enjoyed it, and send me anything else you want to see.